Oi, Dora Guerreiro, vamos rodar lá. Ui. Ai. Vamos ver pra onde a gente vai. Tráfico sujo. Investigue o quartel de São Mateus. Ah não, aqui é quartel, né? Quartel não. Frazonegat. Não sei onde é Frazonegat. Kurt, missões do Petrus. Hostas perigosas. Falar com o Padre Justinos, vamos lá. Ui! Onde está o padre? Vamos falar com o padre. Padre! Dear padre. Então, vamos com o padre, com o Kurt. Não, com o padre, com o Vasco. Oxi. Vamos ver. Ah, não tem nada pra vender? Ah, tem umas coisas aqui. Pedaço de pérola do Nadag Glendeman. Tchau. Beleza. Vamos pra viagem.
What an astounding place.
It is the village of Eden the Cardinal Mother told you about. The place where natives and priests live together. I must admit that I'm curious to see it.
All that's left to do is find Father Justinius.
Gente, a gente já veio aqui, vocês esqueceram? A gente já conhece esse lugar, vocês estão tratando como se a gente nunca tivesse vindo? Ué. A memória curta deles. Ué. Uma pedra. Ô, Petro, sai do meio, caramba. Se eu sei seu bigodinho de sarney aí. Será que é lá pra cima? Eita, olha o vulcão ali. Padre. Olha o padre ali. Vamos lá ver o padre. E aí, padre?
Father.
I'm glad to see you, my child. What can I do for you?
The Mother Cardinal has asked me to investigate the theft of these tablets you discovered.
That's excellent news. The loss of the tablets is a catastrophe. We have to find them at all costs. If you want to learn more about these tablets, you should go ask Sister Eugenia. She supervises the theologians who discovered them, and were also guarding them. You should find her a bit further in the village, with her colleagues.
Who are the suspects of this theft?
The heretical brutes of the village of Vedlug most likely had a hand in this. They must have wanted to please the demons they worship by stealing the holy word from us.
How could they have learned of the tablet's existence?
Perhaps the demons are giving them this power. Unless one of the natives living in the village innocently mentioned them. They are so naive. Either way, I am certain that the heretics are involved in this matter.
Ai, tá bom,
I must
né?
leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
I wonder what really happened when the missionaries came to settle here.
It all seems a bit too convenient. If we find out some information about the history of Eden, maybe we'll change our view on things. The theft of the relic is probably not a coincidence.
Então tá, então vamos. Você discutiu tudo isso na frente do cara. Parabéns pra vocês, hein? São as coisas poucas coisas que me incomodam no jogo. Essa falta de descrição deles. Discutem qualquer coisa na frente de qualquer pessoa. Tararara. Tem saída por aqui? Que é isso aqui?
I am busy. If you have questions, go see Sister Eugenia. She's our supervisor.
Oh, tá bom.
Hello. The Mother Cardinal asked me to help you find the tablets that were stolen. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry, I have a lot to do.
Eita, sempre apressado.
The Mother Cardinal told me that this village has been developed on the basis of St. Lucius's writings. Are you one of the theologians who helped in its creation?
Yes. I was sent here to confirm that this place is indeed the one described in the writings, and then I stayed.
What was the reaction of the natives when you arrived here?
Most of them were not in favor of us living amongst them. They were afraid we might chase them out of their own village. And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of Saint Matthias. I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
What was the reaction of the natives when you arrived here?
Most of them were not in favor of us living amongst them. They were afraid we might chase them out of their own village. And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of Saint Matthias. I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
Were there any confrontations with the natives?
Yes. The warriors of the village attacked us. The Ordo Luminous actually had to intervene. The Inquisition managed to make them run away. The islanders tried to attack again with the support of Vedlug, but we stood our ground. And when Lur, the chief of the village, finally accepted our presence, things calmed down.
Thank you. This information will certainly prove to be useful. I talked to Father Justinius. He told me that you were
Indeed. It is under my supervision that the research on Saint Matthias is conducted.
Whom do you suspect of being the thief?
Alas, I'm afraid there are many suspects. These tablets are priceless relics. Some settlers may have fallen prey to the lure of profit. The heretical natives of Vedlug may have wanted to take them away from us, or it could have been vengeance by those who had to leave the village.
Where were the tablets the night they were stolen?
We were keeping them in one of the village's shacks. We intended to bring them to San Matthias later. But first, we wanted to examine them in order to obtain as much information as possible. You can go and take a look in the shack if you want to. But I couldn't find any traces of forced entry.
I imagine that someone was keeping watch over them.
Of course, we took turns guarding the shack. But some of us can't have taken the task that seriously. If I remember correctly, it was Brother Virgil who was guarding them that night.
Well, thank you for these pieces of information.
I am the one who should be thanking you. Especially if you managed to retrieve the tablets for us.
Thank
Tá
you.
bom.
I will let you work.
Então vamos falar com o Virgil agora, tá ali. Tá rezando. Agora você não me dispensa
Greetings.
mais.
Desarde. I'm handling the investigation into the theft of the tablets. Sister Eugenia told me to talk to you.
I'm Brother Virgil. What would you like to know?
Have you been in Eden for a long time?
2 months, approximately. Back then, there were still some pagan natives in the village. I joined Sister Eugenia's team with some of my colleagues, so we could give them a fresh outlook on things. We arrived straight from Thélème, hoping to study some new texts. But once we were here, I understood that my real mission was with the islanders. We must bring the light to this island.
Ai, meu Deus.
You talked about a mission with the natives. What did you mean by that?
I may be under the command of Sister Eugenia here, but my superior is Bishop Domitius. Our mission is to banish pagan cults and convert the entire population to the light. The island belongs to Saint Matthias, and therefore to Thélème, since the god of light offered it to our founder.
If your superior's Domitius, you are a member of the Ordo Luminis. I did not expect to find one of its members side by side with the missionaries. They usually do not get along.
The Order goes everywhere the light needs to be revealed.
You have a very unique way of seeing things. I doubt everyone accepts it. How are your relations with the natives?
When I arrived, we were still trying to obtain information from them about Saint Matthias, but they were very reluctant to give us any answers. We were also trying to educate them. Our attempts eventually made some of the inhabitants of the village react badly. Most stubborn against our teachings, the warriors, and the marked. The ones the natives call the Onomanawi. They eventually left, and it has proved nothing but a blessing for us. I would like to go back to work now, if you don't mind.
Of course. According to your colleague, you were the one in charge of guarding the tablets on the night of the theft. Is that right?
Indeed.
What can you tell me about that night? Did you hear or see anything?
No, nothing in particular. The night was quiet, and then the morning after, we saw they were gone.
Someone had to enter the shack to steal the tablets. How did that happen?
I have no idea. The door was closed in the morning, and the lock was intact.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Not really. What I can tell you for sure is it is not one of us.
Well, Sister Eugenia did tell me that the tablets were priceless.
Of course. But our motivation is not the lure of profit. All that matters to us is their value as proof, not the money we could make out of them.
Isso aí é você, né, querido? Vai que tem alguém feliz aí que é a grana, né? Tá devendo as Casas Bahia, sei lá.
Do you think the culprit could be a native?
Well, since none of us did it, it seems obvious. There aren't many other settlers around here. And the natives knew of the existence of these tablets before we found them. They were attached to them too, in their own way.
They are the ones who led you to them.
Well, we conducted the research, but they helped us find where they were hidden. Some inhabitants of the village are still giving us a hand with our work.
Well, thank you. I will investigate where the theft took place.
As you wish. But you won't find anything there. And why does it matter, anyway? There were witnesses to the discovery of these tablets. We have all the proof we need. And that's all that matters.
What do you mean?
Now we can prove Saint Matthias lived here. Our actions on this island are justified. To keep rummaging the way Sister Eugenia does will only create more tension with the natives.
I was not expecting a theologian to say such things. I will
Tá bom,
leave
ele
you
tá
to your
tranquilo.
work. Goodbye.
Tá. Ele tá tranquilão que roubaram as tabuletas, porque na cabeça dele já comprovaram a existência do santo. Tá bom. Deixa eu ver aqui. O que essa mulher aqui?
If you are saying that these tablets bear writings from the very hand of our holy founder, then we must find them. Without them, all our research to trace the life of Saint Matthias on this island is doomed to failure. If these savages have stolen them, we will have to take them back, by force if necessary.
Ô, louco. Irmão Fidelis, que isso? Vamos ver você aí. Irmão o que você?
Do you
Irmão
have any ideas
Cásparos.
about who stole the tablet?
Some of the village savages helped us during the search. Perhaps they are behind all of this. There was a particular woman who seemed to want us to be there. I don't remember her name, though.
Hum.
I'm sorry. I don't have time to talk.
Oh, meu Deus, ela tem um balãozinho de fala e fala lá, eu não tenho nada pra conversar com vocês. CSI, vamos lá.
There's only one entrance, and the door shows no evidence of a break-in.
Brother Virgil can't have cared less about these relics. He must have fallen asleep on duty. And then, someone must have just stolen the keys from him.
It's very likely that that's what happened. But someone must have informed them. It can't be a coincidence that they decided to steal it during the watch of the only neglectful guard.
So, we have to find their accomplice, the one that informed them, and who must be in the village.
We know that this theft could be an act of vengeance by the natives who were forced to leave here. They must still have allies in the village. Family or friends. We should go talk to the chief of the natives. He will certainly know who's close to the exiles, and enough about the researchers to inform them.
É isso aí, vamos lá falar com os nativos. Você ainda não tem nada pra falar com a
I'm
gente?
sorry.
Não,
I
né?
don't have time to talk.
Tá bom, vambora então. Treinando pra maratona aqui. Tan, 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 tan. Pa, 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 pa. Pa, 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 pa. Vamos viajar. Ih, é por aqui. Acampamento do Éden. Ah, mas eu tô aqui. Então não é aqui, né? Ai, meu Deus do céu, é lá pra baixo. Ih, não era pra cá. É, porque tocar a música do Jumanji aqui.
Father,
I'm glad to see you, my child. What can I do for you?
tell me about how you created this village.
We did not create it from the ground up. It was built around an existing native village. The islanders called it Vixenagad, which translates to the village of the old sage. We saw it as a sign. The natives had probably chosen this name in memory of Saint Matthias, and everything here fit the description of Saint Lucius. The discovery of the tablets proved us right. So, we decided to rebuild our Eden here, in the spirit of peace and harmony which is described in the scriptures.
Why share this village with the natives?
To replicate and resume the work of our founder, of course. If he came here and managed to convert the natives, then it is our duty to do the same thing. By living side by side with them, it is much easier for us to pass on our teachings.
Mas se os nativos estavam vivendo como nativos, eu acho que o seu santo não conseguiu passar muito bem a ideia. Essa ideia que vocês estão querendo passar, né, amigo? Eu já volto. Howdy, partner, Commander Hoot, cheguei. Voltei. Vou pegar um bolinho e no banheiro. Pôr a roupa na gata. Né, meu feijão? Vamos lá.
Why share this village with the natives?
To replicate and resume the work of our founder, of course. If he came here and managed to convert the natives, then it is our duty to do the same thing. By living side by side with them, it is much easier for us to pass on our teachings.
Daí eu já tinha ouvido.
How well do you get along with the natives who live here?
Very well, of course. Especially since those who opposed our presence left.
Left? To go where?
Oh, to other villages, I imagine. Does it even matter? Those who stayed are on the path of enlightenment. Some of their legends must have been about Saint Matthias. That helped to convince them.
Quem se importa, né?
And how well have neighboring villagers welcomed you?
With some reluctance, to be perfectly honest.
Pera aí.
So, we sent the missionaries. There are still frequent conflicts with the village of Vedlug, a highly violent village of heretics. But the other villages, the more peaceful ones, are slowly starting to listen to the sacred word.
There is something strange here.
It often takes time for the people of the continent to get used to our paradise, but I am sure you will come to appreciate it.
Sei.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you in their divine blessing.
Essa seita aí dos iluminados, viu? Vamos ver pra onde a gente tem que ir agora. Morada do chefe Ler. Descubra a história de Eden. Não. Ai, você não desce, não pega atalho, né, Dessardê? Putz, grila, viu? Uou! Vamos falar com o chefe Ler. Chefe Ler, blum! Primeiro eu vou saquear a sua casa. Tararara. E aí, chefe Ler? Opa, foi mal. Tem mais um coisinho aqui pra saquear. Agora sim. E aí, mano? Beleza? Ó, máscara bonita, hein?
I am Ler, the village leader. Well, I was the leader of this village.
Hello. De Sardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
There are Onolmenawi among the Logead Blau. I did not know that. What do you want from me?
I have heard a lot of things about this village of Eden, but I'd like to hear your version.
I'm not sure I have the answers to all of your questions, but I'll try.
Tell me about the arrival of the people of Thélème and how you received them.
The priests were roaming around the village. They were saying that it was the place where their saint had lived. They were asking questions, talking about the Lloyd and all these things. One morning they were building houses next to ours. And we had new neighbors.
The priests told me that they had managed to convert you. How did that happen?
As long as we refused to listen to them, they were violent, and they destroyed some of our sanctuaries. So we let them talk. And now that they think that we love their god, they leave us alone. Some of the things they say are beautiful, and their magic is impressive. But we do not forget our spirits.
One of the theologians told me that you had helped them in their research.
They wanted to find the tracks of the old sage, of the one they call Saint Matthäus, and they were rummaging through everything. Our Donegad did not want to tell them anything, because the old sage is sacred here. But since they violently interrogated everyone,
No.
I thought it wise to guide them to the place where the stones were.
What happened to your warriors? Why did they have to leave the village?
They did not accept the presence of the priests and their questions. They tried to retake the village. They even asked Deirdre, the chief of Vedlug, for her help. So, the priests called the Soul Lasser, the Burning Suns, and they killed many of them. I asked for peace, and the others left us. They wanted to join Vedlug. Perhaps they have done so.
Aren't you angry after all that happened?
No. I mourn those who died, of course, and the Vorstyrent. But this village may be our opportunity.
Your opportunity for what?
For the Renaigse to understand who we are. Not savages, nor monsters, but men, perhaps wiser than they are.
I think I know who stole the tablets.
Really?
I believe those who were exiled from your village seek vengeance because the missionaries forced them to leave. They must have taken the tablets with the help of someone else who stayed here.
You may be right, but you may also be wrong.
Ai, ai. Vamos ver.
You do well to tell me what you know. Once the priests have reached the
Ô,
same
louco.
conclusions as
Isso é
I
usar
have,
carisma? Achei
how
que
do you
isso
think they will
parece ameaça.
interrogate you?
You're probably right. The Inquisitors would come back, and my people would suffer. I do not want to break the peace that I did all I could to make. I think the name of the woman you are looking for is Vindwal. She helps the priests who seek the old sage.
If she's helping the priests, why would she betray them now?
Her son is one of the warriors who had to leave the village. He is filled with anger and fury. If you go talk to her, please, do not hurt her. She is but a mother who acted according to her son's wishes.
I have no intention of hurting her. But things may not be so simple when it comes to her son.
Vamos
I have
lá
to
falar
go.
com a Vindval.
Like so many others.
I knew that the story would be more complex than we'd been told.
I find it regrettable that my colleagues aren't more honest when it comes to history. Nothing solid has ever been built on lies.
Either way, the resentment here is strong enough for a theft to occur.
Então vamos falar com a mãe ressentida agora. Nossa, hoje tá só CSI, né? CSI Los Angeles ainda, que era o que mais investigava, não tinha ação nenhuma. Nem pra ser um CSI Miami. Onde tá essa mulher? É verdade. Tá todo mundo olhando assim, a Dessardé rodando feito um peru pela tela. Ué, onde é que ela vai agora? Ai, pronto. Vamos ver. Oi? Abóbora. A barba. Essa semana vai fazer frio, mãe. E vai tá bom pra fazer canjica. É, pra você fazer canjica. Eu gostei da canjica amarela, sabia? Não sei, ela tem o gosto forte do milho ainda. É. Ih, uns boizão ali. Olha, por isso que tocou de humande aquela hora. Vamos pegar esses boizão.
Then let's go!
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Opa, que isso? Deu um golpe de judô ali. Não, fia, saquei o bicho. Oh, uma obsidiana, meu Deus. E um rubi, ó, esse aqui vale a pena. O que fazer, né, quando você encontra um rubi dentro de um bicho? Tadá. Opa. Não. Sai do mato aqui. Será que é aqui? Aldeia do Éden. É, parece que é pra cá. Parararara. Ah, tá aqui a mulher. Achei você.
Greetings.
E aí, Vindeval?
Are you Vindwal?
Bertir Tumad. Yes, that is me. What do you want?
What can you tell me about Lair, your former leader?
He is a man of peace. Some people dislike him, not me. Everything he did to save them. But I think the mind shakers made him forget what we are. He almost speaks like them now.
Pô, eu não queria acusar ela de roubar a tabuleta.
Listen, I know you helped the exiles to steal the tablets of Saint Matthias.
No, this is not true. It wasn't.
There's no point in denying it. I know you did it for your son who had to leave the village.
If you know that, then you know that I don't have the tablets. So what do you want from me?
Ixi. Cashews. Tararara. Opa! Ixi, Maria. Nossa. Meu Deus do céu, denúncia séria isso. Caramba. Ah, diga a ela, vamos lá.
The only means of alleviating the situation with Thélème is to give the priests their tablets back. So if you do not want your son to suffer their wrath, it would be best if I could retrieve them discreetly.
Bran and the rest of the exiles are hiding in the woods, beyond the stone circle. If you want to take the tablets away from them without being seen, do not take the path on the left. It is riddled with traps. And please, do not hurt my son.
Tá bom, vamos pegar as tabuletas agora, né? Porque afinal de contas a guilda dos mercadores é pra isso, né? A fazer serviço de essas e recuperar a tabuleta dos outros, que não toma cuidado direito. Bota o guarda pra dormir onco, pra tomar conta do negócio valioso. Ai, ai. Onde tá o negócio agora? Além do círculo de pedra. Ah, meu Deus, será que é aqui? Ah, não, é pra cá. Tcharararara. Tcharararara. Viado! Ai, viado sempre corre em mim. Tadinho do bichinho. Bom, ela falou que o caminho da esquerda é cheio de armadilhas. Era pra pegar o caminho da direita, mas será que é pra cá que ela tá falando? Se referindo aqui? Não sei, vamos dar a volta que é melhor. Opa, bichão. Desarder, que isso? Sai daí, rola, 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 rola pra cá. É, que tá difícil aqui. Gente, acaba com esse cara de bicho aí. Tá dando não, cara. O bicho é forte. Meu Deus. Esse foi grande. Aí vai ter o que? Uma bilha e um couro. Ah, te lascar, viu? Uma bilha e um couro. Um monstro enorme fez gastar trocentas poções aqui. O bichinho menor tinha 2 couros. Ainda foi bem melhor de pegar ele. Que absurdo, viu? Vou te contar. Ah. Salvar aqui. Cadê? Ainda larguei uma armadilha aqui. Deixa eu falar, viu? Pronto, também não sai mais bicho daí. Deixa eu só pegar esses trocinhos aqui. Vamos resolver essas questões do padre aqui. Deixa eu ver se estou no caminho certo. Tô. Área panta... Ixi, Maria, quanto bicho. Esse aqui? É. Ah, eu tinha acampamento aqui perto, ó. Nem me lembrei. Não, não é aqui. Vamos antes que vocês se empolguem, passar veneno na lâmina. Tá. Tem o meu camping aqui, vamos ver então. Não. É pra cá, volta. A gente não tá vendo o caminho direito. Tá, aí aqui a gente tem o meu negócio, beleza. Anda mais um pouco. Tá. Vamos subir aqui então. Passou. Será que é pra cá? Ah, achei. Pô, é um caminho escondido, hein?
Here's the place that Vindwal indicated. The exiles must be near.
These people have been banished already. There's no need to add death to their list of punishments. Let's try not to fight them.
Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
In that case, we should avoid taking the left path. If if I remember correctly what that woman said. It's booby-trapped.
Então esse é o caminho da esquerda, esse é o caminho da direita, então vamos. Deixa eu ver se entramos no certo. Entramos.
Duet! What are you doing here?
I'm not here to fight you, but I must retrieve the tablets of Saint Matthias.
What? How do you know we have them? And how? Not for thee. We will not give them back! We lost our homes and families, so the priests lose their sacred stones.
I know that you are seeking vengeance, but the priests will not be the only ones to suffer the consequences of your actions. Your mother helped you, and once they find out about it, she will pay the price in your place. Is that what you want?
No. She only told us which night we could come. They have no right to punish her for this.
I doubt the Ordo Luminis will care. They will need someone to take the blame, and she's the obvious choice.
Very well. Take the stones and leave. All that's left to do is to rejoin the Donea Exregao.
Então tá, vamos pegar as pedras. Cadê as pedras? Onde estão as pedras? A gente já tá com essas pedras? Aqui. Vamos levar essas pedras aí. A tábua dos 10 mandamentos dos caras.
What are you doing here?
I was worried for my son. I wanted to make sure that everything was fine.
Don't worry, all is well. I managed to convince him to give me the tablets.
Adloredar, I did not believe my son to be so reasonable. You are giving me hope. I will go see him and tell him to find another clan. A place to welcome him.
Tá bom, vamos lá. Acha um novo lar aí, de volta para minha terra pro seu filho, que tá de boas. Pra mim tá de boas. Já devia ter feito isso antes, né, querida? Na verdade. Vamos viajar, né?
Ai, vamos. Pra onde nós vamos?
Acampamento do Éden.
Opa.
Oba nada, um campo de crente aqui. Os crentes da história.
Ah?
Não. Não. É só Dessardé cumprindo missão aqui. Hã? Não sei se é sardinha. Sardé é sardinha? Se for, que nome merda, hein? Puta que pariu. É.
I retrieved your relics.
Thank you. Thank you immensely. Thanks to them, we will be able to continue our research on Saint Matthias.
Não.
I am curious to know who is
Deixa eu ver a
responsible
historinha.
for this theft. The culprit must be brought to justice.
I do not want to point the finger at anyone. You have your relics back, and that's the only thing that matters.
Your indulgence honors you. But how can we be certain that these thieves will not strike again if they are not punished?
A good start would be to keep a better watch on the priceless treasures that you find.
In any case, you would do well to keep a better watch on your discoveries in the future. You should also pay more attention to those who share this village with you. This theft would never have happened had you truly been in harmony with the natives.
But that is precisely what we desire more than anything. We may have been a bit clumsy in the beginning, but we'll make sure to improve things in the future. You really were a great help. I would be most grateful if you agreed to continue helping us.
I might come back at some point, but alas, I am very busy.
Naturally. Either way, we are certainly capable of continuing our research without you.
Actually, I must go back to my work. Our next expedition must depart as soon as possible.
Your next expedition?
Our brave researchers must continue to follow the tracks of our founder on this island. In the meantime, here, take this as a token of gratitude for the help you gave us.
Thank you. I hope your expedition will be a success.
E é isso. Acampamento de Vedelug. Vamos dar uma olhada nesse acampamento de Vedelug aí. Ô, louco, já caiu aqui. Oh, quantas coisas aqui! Será que a gente não acha nada do Serafedinho aqui? Opa, outro negocinho aqui. E aí, viado? Corre não. Que lugar é esse aqui? Não, não é pra cá que eu quero ir. Cadê o outro lugar? Sai de Mande. Por que não passa? Mano, é um galho, você abaixa e vai. Como que você não consegue? Ah, brincou. Por que que trava ela desse jeito? Posso tirar uma outra? Não.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! May the shadow engulf our enemies.
A gente não subiu nível? Oh meu Deus, falta tão pouquinho. Os bichos só dão trabalho pelo jeito. Ixi, Maria.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. A bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! May the shadow engulf our enemies. Let's see if you
Odeio esses bichos que voam. Olha o viadinho dormindo ali. Oi, viado. Corre, viado. O viado correu. Tão bonitinho o viadinho. Anything else? Oh no, Menaui! Oi! Onde eu cheguei? Cheguei aqui.
may the enlightened protect me in this battle. A bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Ah, nível 30. Maravilha. Subindo para o nível 30, nós ganhamos apenas a habilidade. Que beleza. Ai, vamos ver, a habilidade em que a gente vai pôr aqui? Ah, no nível 31 eu ganho atributo. Ah, nível 33 eu ganho o próximo. Eita, nós. Oi, Bobô, deita aí. O que foi que você acordou? Você não consegue se ajeitar aí na mãe? É difícil ficar arrumada? Eu tinha te colocado na minha cama. Você tá com frio? É 13 graus. Eu acho que eu vou pôr um par de meias. Logo, logo. Vai? Não, são 13 graus. Tá 13 graus. Você não pegar friagem depois. Ai, bonitinho.
Poison on my brain. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Armor will no longer protect you. Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Eu preciso de uma arma melhor do que o martelo. O martelo já tá muito fraco.
Poison on my blade. Then let's go! May the shadow engulf our enemies. Armor will no longer protect you. Let's see if you can ward off this fate. May the shadow engulf our enemies. Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Opa, achamos um baúzinho, hein? Parece de cantinho. Será que vai valer a pena? Tcharará. Alguém morreu aqui, vamos ver. Alguém de Thélème. Cadáver de cidadão de Thélème. E... rapaz, mais um bicho, um cara morto aqui. Foi feio.
Maybe a miracle protect me in this battle. Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Isso, aperta.
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Tarará. Tchararararara. O pantano é grande, hein? O bicho tem a cara de tubarão, ó. Interessante. Oi, não, mano. Ah, agora eu sei de onde vem o reflexo vermelho, vem do vulcão. Tava tentando entender como que era de noite e tava vindo reflexo vermelho. Da onde? Cadê? Cadê? Eu tô ouvindo Jumanji, mas cadê os bichos? Ah, achei. Ainda estamos ouvindo Jumanji aqui. Para pa pa para pa pa. Ah, tá, tem mais aqui. Caramba, esse aqui é diferente. Meu Deus, esse é diferente. Não vou nem chegar perto dele. Caraca, mano, esse é diferentão. Olha, tem uns bagulho gigante nele. Uma crista que tava acesa, inclusive. Nossa, chama mais um corpinho aqui. Outro sacerdote. Os caras de Thélème se lascaram aqui nesse pântano. Tcharam!
You Renaigse know how to make great houses and giant boats, but you are too crazy to hear the voice of nature.
Ela ficou com o chapéu da mulher mesmo. Tá usando chapéuzinho e tudo, que da hora. Tittered. Howdy partner, tittered. Or tittered. I don't know. Tittered. Great fall, vamos lá. Epa, para cá acho que eu nunca vim. Ou eu vim aquela outra hora? Acho que eu vim aquela outra hora. Viado, correu. O viadinho fugiu. Pra cá não tem nada. Pra cá também não. Tem um viadinho correndo aqui. Coitado. Esse lugar aqui que eu não me conformo que eu não consigo entrar. Por que não passa daqui? Não vai. Espada não quebra madeira. Que beleza. Ué, que isso aqui? Ah, aqueles bichos que a gente matou. O cenário parece que é outro, mas é... Tava de noite apenas. Ai, ai. As pedras. Cadê? Tô ouvindo Jumanji aqui, cadê? Não, pra cá ficou longe. Ali. Oxi, de onde você veio? Morreu um em cima do outro. Ah, o corpo do cara que tinha morrido. O túmulo do viajante, cumpri. Derramo, cara. Olha só, interessante. Tirdob. Yorgland. Destrua os ninhos do Yorglands. Um ninho ao norte do Éden. Então, peraí. A gente tem que estar ao norte do Éden. Onde que tá Éden? Pedacinho aqui. Acampamento do Éden. Deixa eu ver se pro norte. Pra onde vocês foram? Seus doidos. Seu bando de doidos, vocês não podem começar uma luta assim sem mim? Que é isso? Tem que ficar achando vocês depois? Ah, aqui. Cheio nisso. Ah. Morri. Essa árvore tá me atrapalhando aqui. Não, fia. Eu não tenho negócio? Ah, destruí todos os ninhos do negócio. Mas ganha só 50 de experiência. Um sofrimento desse, quase morri. Não, gente, não é pra sacar a espada. Se lascou aqui. Só isso de experiência. Nossa, porcaria. Eu vou salvar aqui, vou encerrar por hoje. Obrigado para quem assistiu. 95 minutos tá bom. Amanhã tem mais. Talvez não esse jogo, talvez um outro, não sei, quem sabe. Valeu! Obrigado ao Commander Ruth, Dora Guerreiro e Titeret, que apareceram aí. Fui!